Now the news in full. The government of Ogun State says it will not compromise the welfare of the elderly in the state. The state governor, Prince Dr. Abiodun, reiterated this as the 88th birthday anniversary Thanksgiving of Ambassador Susan Aderonke Folarin, a former Nigerian ambassador to the Kingdom of Spain, held in Abeokuta. Folarin Adesanwo reports.
Mercy of God sinking into an everlasting glory. Brought into St. Jude's Anglican Church, Iberekodu, Abeokuta, by Okeonuegba parents at the age of 8 days old, and returned 80 years after, basking in the euphoria of an unblemished career in public administration from higher institutions like Ogun State Polytechnic, now Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, to the position of a permanent secretary and appointment as the chairman of the Civil Service Commission, Ogun State, and the Nigerian ambassador to Spain, Ambassador Susan Aderonke Folarin, indeed saw the mercy of God.
Be faithful to your God, and He will do whatever He says He will do.
In his sermon at the 80th birthday anniversary church service, which shut down Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, on a Tuesday, the retired Bishop of Amosun, the Right Reverend James Afolabi Kukwola, emphasized that God's mercy has translated into a glowing glory in the life of the celebrant. The governor of Ogun State, Prince Dr. Abiodun, represented by the head of service, Mr. Kehinde Onosoya, eulogized the virtue of Ambassador Ronke Folarin, describing her as a pride to Ogun State.
Your contributions to the development of humanity through the public service have continued to remind us of your dedication, perseverance, and passion for service.
Former governors and administrators in Ogun State, former heads of service and permanent secretaries, and others paid glowing tributes to Ambassador Folarin for planting trees to provide shelters for others selflessly.
And I happen to know that she's one of those that did very well through our Foreign Affairs Committee.
I must say she's a good woman. You can see the turnout in the church on a working day.
A very courageous woman who will say it as it is.
Overall, she's somebody with positive character traits.
Relations were not left out.
A mother. She's a very caring person. Yes, she's very strict, but she's very supportive also.
She's always advocating for other people, wanting to do, but never thinking enough about herself.
The celebrant, Ambassador Susan Ronke Folarin, said indeed God has shown her mercy and spoke on what life had taught her.
Everything contains in my life is God's mercy and His blessing.
Beautiful inside out, Mrs. Ronke Folarin, no doubt, is typical example of motherhood for those who had cause to know her. Folarin Adesanwo, OGTV News.